Bobby Walker, I'm in year 11 and I chose drama, history and French at GCSE. Drama is like my favourite subject because although there's like a little bit of theory that you have to do, there is also a lot of practical based work, which I think is most enjoyable because obviously it's different from all your other lessons. You rep out of your seats and stuff. Next year I'm hoping to do performing based A-levels, so drama obviously really helps with that, but also I think my other essay subjects also help with that because there's a lot of developed thinking in those A-levels. Do what you enjoy and not what you think is going to help you with a specific career path, because if you do what you enjoy you'll work hard at it and get the best grades, but if you do something that you don't necessarily enjoy you're not going to have the ambition to do well in it. I thought writing essays in exams was going to be awful and just horrible, but the time goes by really quickly because there's so much to do. You're not dreading writing essays, you just have to write it so quickly.
I'm Amy McMonagall. I'm in year 13. I did PE, history, German and health and social care. So health and social care was a lot different to like the other subjects because it was a lot more coursework based. We also took our exam a year early, so we took the exam in year 10 so that we could spend the rest of the time doing the coursework, which I really enjoyed because it got the harder things out of the way and you spent all your time revising and then you got your test out of the way. Even though you've got to meet your deadlines, it's less stressful and you're not thinking about an exam and you can go back and change things. Even with my A-levels, especially with my GCSEs, I just picked what I enjoyed. I love sport, I love PE. I knew I wanted to take a language and it was between German and French. It's not easy, obviously, because it's a new language, but it's really fun and I had a really nice class. We just got along really well and it was just a really nice environment to be in and we all helped each other, and we had a little German group chat where we'd help each other with like speaking assessments or like reading and writing and stuff.
My subjects were the 5 main ones, and then for the next 3 I chose history, music, and I had the EAL option, but I chose my home language, Persian, as a third option to take the exam. The reason I chose music was because, well, I played the violin and I only thought it would be just playing the instrument, but it was so different. Like, it was better than I expected. The composition, the theory part is a bit difficult, but when you understand it, it's really enjoyable. The hours, even after school, that you can go back and go into the room and ask for help. So the main point in choosing those 3 outside of the core subject is to explore what you are either good at or what you really enjoy. Don't try to push yourself to do something you know you wouldn't enjoy.
Hi, I'm Lewis McConville and I'm in year 10 and I chose health and social care, Spanish and drama for my options. Well, career-wise, I've actually been fortunate enough to actually know the general, or at least the general area I want to go in, so I've personally been wanting to go into nursing. So I kind of went in the other way around, so I knew what career I wanted and picked and thought, hey, this would be pretty useful in it. I find it helps a lot to know what job you want, and the way things I would advise, think about what you enjoy in lessons and think, how can I apply that to a job? Then you can start thinking about GCSEs. So basically, if you enjoy your GCSEs, you're going to find a job that you enjoy.
I'm Cara and I've just applied to university this year, and I've applied for politics and international relations. So I'm doing history, law and English literature as my A-levels. And for GCSEs I did geography, history, EPR and French. And so obviously there's a bit of a crossover with my A-levels in terms of history, and definitely doing history GCSE influenced that decision. I feel like all of my GCSEs helped in doing my A-levels now, in building just like a general base of knowledge. I feel like for life, not just the A-levels that you'll do, just getting you into a mindset of doing exams and that kind of studying that you're not really used to until you have to do GCSEs. But there was some GCSEs that I picked that I just automatically knew. History and EPR, I I was good at them in the previous years. I really enjoyed them. So that was like a no-brainer essentially. It's going to feel like way in the future applying for universities, but it's always good to have it in the back of your head. You know, is there something specific that you want to do at uni that you already know? I really loved the EPR. I had a really good class and a really good teacher, so that definitely helped. It's a lot of debate, which I loved, especially if you're someone that's interested in politics or interested in psychology or any human aspect of life. Whether you have a particular view on them or not, to learn about is really interesting. It's not just a teacher talking at you, it's being able to interact with your classmates, and at the end of the day you get to learn more about them and understand them more.
Hi, I'm Manvia Hira. At the moment I'm studying further maths and chemistry and music at A-level. Throughout GCSE I took 3 subjects, and those 3 subjects were history, computer science and music. And all 3 of those subjects were really good subjects, and one of them I ended up taking as a option for A-levels because the way it was taught in GCSE was excellent, so I could carry that on in A-level and hopefully take it throughout the rest of my life. The entire day and age we live in all revolves around technology and computing now, so having that knowledge in sort of software-based stuff and coding gives you that inside edge to how everything's working these days. Starting from high school, you'll have a mobile phone, but knowing what goes into it and how it's actually made is a completely different thing. And knowing how to apply your knowledge from knowing about the interior of a computer, which is one of the first things you learn, it really broadens your knowledge, and you think, oh, well, it's actually a lot more complicated than you realize. It was a very challenging subject, especially for the fact that I've never done coding before. When considering what to pick, make sure you look at your strengths and then look at what you can do to extend on that. So if you're really good with like technology and all stuff about architectures of PCs and you know all about that, like computer science would be amazing for you because you already have the baseline understanding, and the fact that you can broaden your knowledge even further would make it a lot easier for you, and genuinely you'd be able to get through the course pretty well.
Hi, my name is Shakira and I'm currently a year 13 student. I'm studying maths, chemistry and physics, and I just completed an EPQ. So back when I was in year 9, I picked 4 subjects. They were design technology, computer science, French and history. Although all 4 of them were really enjoyable and they all challenged me in different ways, I'd say the 2 that I gained the most from and the 2 that I enjoyed the most were design technology and computer science. So the reason why I liked design technology so much was because of the practical element. Although I really liked the theory because a lot of it overlapped with the sciences and a lot of like material physics and chemistry, I really enjoyed the practical element because it was an application of the theory that you learn, being able to design things through expressing yourself through different drawings. The second one that I really enjoyed that I mentioned was computer science. So the reason why I liked computer science so much was because of the problem solving element of it. So I really enjoyed being able to create games through Python, and just solving problems that you find like within your code was really satisfying, because just sitting down for like a couple of hours trying to solve something, and when you finally like solve it, it's just a really satisfying feeling.
Hi, I'm Tia and I'm in year 10. The 3 subjects I chose was geography, history and PE. I took them because although I have an interest in them, they can help me in the future because I either want to become a lawyer or a physiotherapist. I'd recommend taking geography if you love like learning about different parts of the world and how everything interlinks with each other. PE is kind of like science. What's really interesting about PE is that you do both practical and theory. You learn why it's important that you move your arms in a certain way, what kind of things it will help you progress in. All of them are really interesting and they all have their different quirks to them. They prefer you to have knowledge in a sport because you have to write about it. So I've chose to write about boxing. Go with what you think you're gonna be good at.
I decided to take both music and drama because for starters they were both subjects I enjoy, and I've both done things like extracurricularly. Like I've played many instruments and I've acted on stage before for school, and because I thought that with my main core subjects and history, academically, like that's what I can sort of like boost me up if I want to follow academic sort of career. But then I realized that like I wanted to pursue acting, and that's what I've done. I've applied for college. studies performing arts. I'm just hoping that sort of like opens me up, and then drama and music sort of give me first tastes of it before I get into college, and then like it's more of the heavy stuff. Don't force yourself to do something you don't enjoy, because if you do something you don't like, then you won't feel as motivated to do it while you're in future years, and especially once you get into year 11 when you can't change your decision.
So I'm Victoria Hanslick, I'm in year 11 and I study geography, history, music, and I've also taken Polish as my official language. So I'm studying geography and history. I would say it's definitely not easy. There is a lot of content for both subjects, but I think it's very enjoyable because both of them teach you different sets of skills, in a sense that geography is more analytical, I would say. You have to be able to interpret data and learn a lot of statistical factors, socioeconomic factors, things like that. It's not just learning about rocks and, landforms and things like that. There's a lot more to it. And history teaches you also, not only like a timeline of events that happened, but also delving into those events and seeing which factors help to do that. And it helps, you have to be able to form your own opinion when you write about it. So it's two very different subjects, but I think studying them side by side, it's a very enjoyable experience. Music, it's my only option which isn't academic based. I think that's very important because you're not only going to be studying your options that you choose now, you're also going to be studying the sciences, maths, English, and sometimes that can get really overwhelming when it's just straight academic subjects for the entire day. So I find that music just provides that, break almost from the academics. Obviously there's still a lot of content for it. You have to learn the theory-based side of it. That's also very important, but it also provides that opportunity to, play music, perform for others, compose your own music, and I think that's very important as well. So I'm originally from Poland and I'm fluent in the language. I can speak, read, write. If you are from a different country or if you're just fluent in a different language, you're able to take an exam. So you don't have lessons for it, you just show up to the exam. If you speak a different language, you can take that language and that enables you to get an E back.